Hey everybody, it's Minius, and we all know that BioWare games are largely known for their characters. I mean, people love BioWare characters. And if you need more evidence of this, I recently asked you which video you'd like me to do next, and 39% of you said you'd like me to update my character list video. So this video will contain every single character officially confirmed for Mass Effect Andromeda. At the moment, that number is at 17, and there are sure to be more, many more, so I'll continue to update this list as we go along. This is a sequel video. There is another, but you can kind of watch these in whatever order you want to. In the first video, only 7 characters were officially confirmed, and I'm going to go over them briefly. Starting with the Ryder twins, Scott and Sarah. You'll be able to choose which twin you want to play as, and the other will remain in the game in the background. Then there's Alec Ryder, their father, a lady named Jan Garson, who is heading up this crazy expedition to Andromeda. There's an Asari medic named Dr. Lexi, though I don't know how important she is, or even if this picture here is of her, or even if this is how Lexi is spelled. But more importantly, I also mentioned 2 confirmed squad mates, the Asari PB and human male named Liam, and let's start stuff off right here with the list of squad mates for Mass Effect Andromeda, because we've had 3 more squad mates confirmed. 2 were prominently shown in the first gameplay trailer. The dude here is Drac, finally confirmed after years of unofficialness, and then there's the lady Turian named Vetra, who's got a tech visor going on, probably to help her shoot things. It's very Garrus-like, except she's probably more about flexibility than reach.
We ended up holding a tiebreaker in her quarters. I had reach, but she had flexibility.
The masked lady here is named Cora officially, and there have been a number of tweets from official sources confirming that, though like Liam, we still haven't seen her, and that's kind of starting to irritate me, because I feel like we should have seen these 2 already. We do get icons for them, which gives us a visual idea. These icons are in the process of changing though. At least the Cora one was definitely tweaked from one gameplay trailer to another. As far as additional background info for Drac, Vetra, and Cora, we don't have it. Liam and PB came each with a descriptive paragraph in a Game Informer article, and there isn't anything like that for these 3. We do, though, have some voice actors confirmed. Drac is being voiced by Stanley Townsend, who's had a long career on the screen and is just getting into games. And we now know that PB is being voiced by Christine Lakin, who's been acting since she was little and voicing characters for the last 8 or so years, starting with Family Guy and moving on to more prominent gaming roles in Wildstar and the most recent season of the Walking Dead Telltale game. So going back to this graphic here, we have 5 squad mates confirmed. And you might notice that as we get through these, there is space for 2 more. And that number of 7 is based off an old leak, a leak that might be too old to still be accurate because we're talking years now. We know that at some point during production a squad mate was cut. I'd really like there to be 7, but there may only be 6. We do know that 1 squad mate will be a new alien, and that's from Mass Effect creative director Mac Walters, and he also heavily hinted that that character will not be Ket. And the only other sapient-looking new alien we've seen so far are these adorable blue guys, so maybe one of these is a squad mate. I'm going now to break into a new leak, which isn't really spoilerish because I'm totally guessing here, but feel free to skip ahead by about 20 seconds. A recent Pop Toy leak adds 2 things to this video. First of all, Liam's last name appears to be Costa, but down lower there's somebody named Jal or Jaal, and I think that's your 6th squad mate. I also think that he is one of these adorable blue guys, but there's nothing that confirms any of this, and you're here for confirmations. So let's get back on it, starting with this Solarian, who was recently confirmed as a major character named Calo Jath, who pilots your ship. He's voiced by Garrett Ross, and if you want to hear more from him, he narrates the most recent Andromeda Initiative briefing, which you can check out on the Mass Effect website. We don't know much about Calo yet, though if I had to pick a species to pilot my ship, I'd certainly go Solarian, and I'm glad we're getting a Solarian in at least a somewhat prominent role because they were kind of underrepresented in the trilogy.
Nothing is ever simple with Solarians, is it?
Now another potential major character goes by the name of Reyes. You can hear his voice briefly in the first gameplay trailer, and he seems to be guiding Sis Ryder through some kind of murder investigation. We don't have any images of Reyes, but we know he's voiced by Nicholas Bolton, who played the male version of Hawk from Dragon Age 2. A character that we get a whole lot more of in that first gameplay trailer is the unsavory Sloane Kelly, who gets into a standoff with Sis Rider, and apparently she started off the expedition in a head of security role. At least she was responsible for all security initiatives aboard the mothership Nexus upon arrival before getting kicked off that station, and now apparently she has a successful gang and will play a villainous role in at least one of your missions. Along with Sloane, 2 more characters get a bit of a description in the second Andromeda Initiative briefing. The first is a human female named Foster Addison. She's the director of colonial affairs on the Nexus and is overseeing all colonization logistics for the Andromeda Initiative. Then there's Knockmore Kesh, a female Krogan engineer who is key in designing the Nexus. Now, I've mentioned the Nexus a few times, and in case you're unfamiliar with it, it's the gigantic space station that we've seen a number of times, and that station could hold up to 100,000 people and likely can serve the same role as the Citadel did in the original trilogy. Knockmore is in charge of keeping the station running, and it's a bit interesting to have a Krogan engineer. But this expedition is outside the bounds of the normal Milky Way society, and I'm sure the Andromeda Initiative isn't going to be too picky and would take anybody with talent, which apparently she has. The final 2 characters are synthetic, and I think they're both virtual intelligences, which is one step below EDI and Legion. Basically, VIs lack free will, are both legal and widespread in the Mass Effect universe, and are designed to help organics operate or navigate large systems. Like Avina, who is returning from the original trilogy. You'll remember her as the digital Asari, who helps you get around the Citadel, and Avina will probably be playing a similar role on the Nexus. And I'm assuming BioWare considers her a character. At least she is for the purposes of this video, though she's kind of a borderline character. Avina was almost a non-factor in the original trilogy, and basically just a pre-programmed computer, which she almost certainly will be again.
I apologize if my personality has offended you. Please submit all formal complaints in writing to the Citadel Tourist and Visitor Board.
The final character, who probably is also a VI, is named Sam, and he appears to serve the same function as EDI did in Mass Effect 2. Although we haven't seen yet how he'll be physically represented, he's popped up 3 times already vocally. You can first hear him in a live showing of the Sony tech demo, and then again in the gameplay reveal trailer, and he also gets mentioned in the most recent gameplay trailer, though he doesn't have a line. I'll already consider Sam much more of a character than Avina. He will probably be interacting with you frequently, and might even have a bit of a story arc. Now, the reason I think he's a VI and not a full-on artificial intelligence is because they just did that in the trilogy. And this is all speculation at this point, and hopefully we'll get more information in the next few months. So that's 17 confirmed characters so far, not counting my squad mate guess. There are sure to be more, and we'll get a better idea of which characters are the most important to the plot as Andromeda gets closer to launch. I'll be updating this list as we go along and getting into character profiles as soon as we get more information, which might actually be post-game launch. But keep an eye on Mini-SGC for all of that, and if you like this video, please give it a like. It really helps out the channel. But for now,
I should go.
Ha ha ha!